Welcome back to another add-on lesson, and this is about systematic withdrawal plan. One of my students has asked me, and let me read out the question. She says, I have enjoyed your course. It is pure knowledge. Fantastic. Thank you so much. But I have a query on SWP. While explaining SWP, you said that someday a lump sum investment will be exhausted and a mutual fund manager will tell us thank you. We cannot withdraw any further. My financial advisor is advising me to invest my retirement corpus of 1 crore rupees in a systematic withdrawal plan of a debt fund, and he's giving me a guarantee that I can withdraw rupees 3 lakh every year and still my 1 crore will keep growing for infinity. That sounds too lucrative. Whom do I believe, you or my financial advisor? While your teaching is very interesting, I cannot believe that my financial advisor is wrong. Thank you very much for asking this question. Indeed, a very interesting question. Let me first tell you that your financial advisor is right. If you keep withdrawing rupees 3 lakh every year from your corpus of 1 crore invested in a debt mutual fund, then probably that 1 crore will never exhaust. Alright. But what I have explained in my course is also not wrong. I admit that I have not been very clear in explaining the systematic withdrawal plan, and probably that is why this query has risen. Had I been very clear, this query would not have been there. So therefore, I apologize for that. And at the same time, I would like to clarify the issue through this add-on lesson so that all the past, present, and the future students get a clarity on the subject. But before that, let me tell you that when you are investing in a debt mutual fund, especially in India, you can expect a decent return of 7 to 10% per annum. To be conservative, let us say 7%. And debt funds are generally safe, but there is no guarantee as such. You will keep getting your returns as long as the companies to whom your mutual fund has given the money, has lent the money, they keep returning the interest and capital. You see, when you give your money to the mutual fund managers, they further give it to some companies to conduct their business. As long as those companies keep returning the interest and capital, it is fine. But if those companies default, if they don't pay back the mutual fund, then the mutual fund will not pay you from their own pocket. In that case, you lose your money. That is a very small risk in debt mutual fund. Unless you have invested in a very high risk fund in the hope of getting a very high return. But normally, if you are expecting a decent return of 7 to 10%, then that mutual fund can be considered as safe, debt mutual fund. All right. Now, let us say that you have invested 1 crore in a systematic withdrawal plan. So the first year, your corpus was 1 crore. At the rate of 7% average, you earn 7 lakh rupees interest during the year. But you are withdrawing only 3 lakh. So your corpus at the end of the year increases by 4 lakh. It becomes 1 crore 4 lakhs. So next year, this 1 crore 4 lakh will earn 7 lakh 28,000 as interest. You are withdrawing only 3 lakh. So your corpus further increases by another 28,000. It goes on every year, year after year, because you are getting more interest and you are withdrawing less, your corpus will keep increasing. This will keep on increasing year after year. And because the corpus is increasing, your interest will also keep on increasing. Alright? Let us say that at the age of retirement, you are 60 years old. Maybe you will live till 105 years. Wish you all the best. And by that time, your corpus may be, let us say, 5 crore rupees. But then what use will it be for you when you are no more there. Now my case is different. In my case, 3 lakh a year is not sufficient for me. To live a decent retired life, I need about a lakh of rupees a month. So that makes it 12 lakh rupees in a year. Let us assume that I have got the same retirement corpus as yours and I have invested in the same debt mutual fund as you have done on the same date as you have done. Alright? Your SWP is 3 lakh, mine is 12 lakh a year. So in my case, what happens? First year, that 1 crore becomes 1 crore 7 lakh, but I am withdrawing 12 lakh rupees. I am getting interest of only 7, but I am withdrawing 12. So my corpus reduces, it becomes 95 lakh. Next year, again I am getting, because the corpus has reduced, I am getting less interest, but I am withdrawing the same higher amount. So my corpus further reduces. It keeps on happening year after year. This corpus will keep on reducing. And because the corpus is reducing, my interest will also keep reducing. And one fine day, my corpus will become zero. That is what I had explained in the course. Alright. And then probably I may sell one of my properties to keep me sustained. Or maybe if my students keep appreciating my courses, I may keep getting some revenue from Udemy. So that's besides the point. Alright. Now see, we have considered systematic withdrawal plan in a debt fund with an average of plus 7% return per annum. Debt funds are supposed to give you a positive return. But if you have invested in the SWP of an equity mutual fund, then that return can be positive or it can even be negative. An equity mutual fund can give you huge positive returns or they may give you huge losses also. It's possible. Alright. So please also remember that SWP need not necessarily be for your retirement corpus. Some person may have got money by selling their property and they may want to invest that money in SWP for the next 5 years, and within those next 5 years they may want to withdraw everything and use up, maybe for their foreign trips or whatever. So their requirement may be different. They may not want it till they die. They may want it just for the next 5 years. Got it? So if I tell you that this tank will never be empty, the statement will not be incorrect because the inflow is more than the outflow. Alright? And if I tell you that this tank will empty soon, then again this statement is also not incorrect because here the inflow is less than the outflow. Got the point? So it all depends on how much is your corpus, in which mutual fund or which type of mutual fund have you invested your SWP, and how much amount are you actually withdrawing systematically. It all depends on that. If your financial advisor is also your broker, then please remember that he will always advise you that mutual funds are good for long-term investment. Because as long as you remain invested, your broker will keep getting his commission. Of course, it is legitimate. He's working hard. He's giving you advice. He's managing your funds. He's working hard to get that. But that is the fact. All right. What I would like you to understand is the significance of the long term. What does long term actually mean? It cannot extend beyond your life. Got it? A good financial planning is when you can use most of your money for your happiness and the happiness of people around you in your lifetime. Once you are gone, it has got no meaning. In your lifetime, you have to make the best use of it. Now, if you want to leave something material behind you, then I would suggest that you leave a wealth creation source, not just money in your mutual fund corpus. You see, noble people like Tatas, they have left nothing in their mutual fund. They have left no money in their mutual funds. What they have left behind is a legacy. and they have left behind industries which can create wealth for generations to come. So therefore, when you talk about SWP, think about it with a time horizon. All right. So I hope whatever we have discussed here makes some sense. If you have more questions, we shall continue. Otherwise, goodbye till then. All right.